Wesminster Christian Center is a place that it has a lot of memories for me and my family, and it's a place that always is going to be in our hearts. And I can say actually it was my first English church here in the United States. I got here in the early '80s, and when I got here, I was attending to a Spanish church here in the city where I live. And but all of a sudden, my life just turned around in the wrong way, and I was just doing things that not related to God anymore. I forgot completely about God, but was in the early 1986, I think. That's when one day my wife and I we talked, and we said that it was very important to come back to church. She was attending church in her early age, and she was younger, and so we visited this church here in the city where we live, and it was just Wesminster Christian Center. And since the first night that we visited, it was a church that we really got into our hearts and loving people, and we found a lot of people that they were sharing us a lot of love. This is the church that also my kids got to know God, and good memories about it. Good thing I found this piece of video that shows some of the stuff that we had there. There is an activity that we have I think it was a Garden Grove City Park. We went to have a picnic, and it's a lot of people that were going to the activity, and actually the kids that we see there, they are now adults, and the adults that we see there now, we are older people. And the older people there, some of them they're still here, and some of them they're gone with the Lord. There's a couple of faces there that they're not here with us. They are spending time with God now, like Brother Stan, Brother Ed, Frank, his daughter, and also we just buried our Pastor Joanne, and she just passed away. She went up with the presence to the Lord, but the only thing we have to remember now is just this video and memories, and it is really sad to say, but these moments are not coming back again. Something that happened in the past, and the only thing we have to remember is just watching this, and I'll remember the names of everybody, not everybody, but some of the names: Henry, Kathy, Bob, Pastor Hocus, Frank, Justin, Donna, Brant, Jim, Jonathan Ujus, a bunch of them. And looking at this video, it just brings memories back. It really, in some moments, kind of bring tears to my heart, because it is moments or memory that, like I said, they don't come back anymore to us. But even my kids, they really they had a good time there. I remember Benson and Sarah were really small when we were attending this church, and actually this guy Benson had a lot of good comments, because he was a really nice little boy that when I went to church early, because I was in the worship team and I was playing the keyboards, he always sat in the front, and he was there. I mean, the moment I put him down to wait for mommy to come, because she came later, he was always there, and actually not bothering nobody, and just behaving really good, and people telling me how good is this little boy. And actually, Pastor John, one day he came and says, "This little boy is so cute. He's so good." And I hope one day he can be like that. Because he used to go to what he called to a Bible school, and he's not gonna. Well, he plays instruments. He plays the bass pretty good, and he plays guitar and drums. But now his main thing, he wants to be a preacher. He wants to be a pastor. So he will be uh, participating in the ministry in the future. Where we don't know, the Lord knows where he's gonna be called. But like I said, it's just a lot of faces that we don't see anymore. It's just few of them, and there's some faces that we're not gonna see them anymore. I mean, until we get to be with the presence of the Lord. And I remember John, and there's John, and I remember too Brent. I still see Brent. I mean, sometimes I see him at the restaurant having breakfast, and I just have seen Donna. Donna's a nice lady, pretty nice lady. And this was our pastor. I mean, Pastor Hocus was a blessing in my life, and for those 10 years that we attended church, he was a really loving pastor to our family, and it was a blessing for our family. And there's some names I don't remember, but I remember John and the scene that we're looking at right now is an activity that they have for the church in October. I think it was Halloween approaching, but the church doesn't celebrate Halloween, so what it is just like a small carnival so the kids can spend time at the church and stay away from the street. It's just to have a good time at church, and what they have is just a little carnival at church, and where they have like games and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to see if I can edit another video that shows other people that went to church. And like I said, there's people that they live in our hearts, and it will be hard for us to probably see him again. But at least we have these memories to remember. And like I was saying, I was participating in the music there. Pastor Holkus gave me the opportunity to be a keyboard player, which I did for a few years, and it was a really blessing for my life too, and spend time with this family of Wesminster Christian Center. And I'm really glad to hear that the ministry is still going. I was just there a couple weeks ago, and the ministry is still going, and it's a blessing for the community to have a ministry like that in Westminster.